I think I have the 8 of hearts.
And Phil, I mean, that's past a little chips from Nenad Medic to JC Tran. Everybody now above Roland DeWolf, who I think is officially now the bottom stack. All the pressure. Can you see it just sort of weighing down his shoulders now?
No, basically, whatever happens,
Basically, he needs someone to go broke in the next 70 hands.
If I do better than you, I play on that, and if I don't, I...
Hey Phil, I'm trying to bust Roland, but he's not playing the hand. Sorry, bud.
Probably still is the right strategy.
It's not even right.
I'm really trying to bust his kid, but he's not playing the hand.
It's hard for you to watch this, Phil, isn't
You
it?
didn't have an ace.
It's
Don't you
kind of
want to
hard.
be down there?
Yeah, I really do.
With your fate in your own hands.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't do this.
Pass.
But I knew what I was getting into. I knew that I had
Raise
to have...
to 5,000.
I knew that I had to pick up at least 3 points,
Cool.
and I just didn't do it.
Sure, Roland?
Pass.
You know what the,
You wanna see a full-
The ironic thing is, if I picked up 3 points, I was through. I was going to make it. But 2 points, I had to hope for something exceptional. So it comes down to what? 1 point in the Premier League.
Wow, that's amazing.
Check.
Still plenty of action here, Phil. You've still got hope.
6,000.
And hope's a good thing.
Cool.
Now see, I don't blame Nenad for just calling with the 7 here. Let's see if Eastgate can continue to run phenomenally well and hit a queen or a 9.
You've eliminated a player.
Oh, that's a good card for Eastgate. He has an opener
Check.
now.
Eliminated a
But he
player.
knows that Nenad
players
has something.
in the
Nenad,
first game. You're not down
Eastgate
one
knows that Nenad has a
Especially
pair
when you busted.
or maybe
You only
8-9.
took one out.
12,000.
Nice bet from Peter here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 12,000 is a good bet. I mean, I think he's kind of expecting to get called, but he has a chance to win it with a bet. I think Nenad's going to call him, but let's see.
His plan, obviously, I guess, Phil, was just to sort of evaluate this turn card. I mean, and
Cool.
And he called. Nenad just played excellent poker. That's why I bet him to win this thing. And
he's just got a sense. He's got some kind of inkling here.
well, I mean, you know, look at this Eastgate again. Wow, he's so lucky, and he bet the turn too, which he didn't have to do, and hit the queen. Sick.
And now that he's gotten this far,
now he can bet, you know, 18,000, 20,000.
22,000.
Yeah, 22, right in that range. It's a good bet, and I don't think that Nenad's going to pay it off.
I'm not even getting that situation. Guess what mode I went into?
I know.
What am I doing? Just tilted. Busted myself.
he's reevaluating. This is good for him to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sit back and think about it.
Or next week when I'm writing, I might ring you to remind me of the details of that hand. Will you remember them?
Yeah.
But he's thinking it out, and, you know, I mean, if he calls, I can't criticize the call. If he folds, I have to give him a lot of credit for, you know, making maybe the best fold so far
Bluff got there.
of the Heat.
People have called the Devilfish has been unlucky, and you've been a bit unlucky. This Nenad, he has played well. He's played well at every stage in this Premier League, Phil. He cannot win. He couldn't beat himself out of a paper bag. The cards have been horrible to him.
You call when you're in front.
But I wonder if that...
When I hit. You don't call.
Right,
You got the queen?
Well, the Serb may never come back to London, but the first level, and wow, Eastgate's just running away with it. I mean, and just wonder.
Look at all those pots Roland's playing.
He's got the 0-0.
You're betting on yourself again, kid.
Lines up to 2 and 4,000.
I'm trying live today, kind of. Although I busted myself later.
Tilt.
He's just sinking in now, really.
Pass.
How much you got down there?
I began the hand with about 80, I want to say.
You want to say
35, hold on, that's 35, 40, 50, 60, 70.
Now,
80,
JC has raised this from the button, Phil, and Peter's asked him for a count.
No, I counted that already, 35.
Well, that's right. What he's trying to do is he's trying to determine whether he can just move all in. And he has a chip stack where he can take a chance and be wrong and still have 100,000 left. So he's trying to get a read on JC Tran here. And he decided, you know what, I'll just take the easy route and just call it.
Is there
If
any
he would have moved in, he would have won it.
Check.
Yeah, he would have.
Now, here's the thing.
10,000.
Tran's been kind of alerted to the fact that
Cool.
that Eastgate has the kind of hand that he could re-raise with, and therefore likely contains an ace.
So he thinks Peter's capable of having a lot of aces here. Yep.
Oh yeah, well for sure. He knows that he was thinking about re-raising him. I think Tran will give it up right now. He'll just check.
$18,000.
I'm kind of surprised he took another bullet here, but if it works, it's brilliant. It's just a matter of whether Eastgate has the nose to smell the bluff right now.
Where is it?
He's given up.
Full plate.
Now let me tell you something. After this match is over, he's going to run back to the green room and he's going to say, "What did he have? What did he have?" And they're going to tell him he had 10-8 of clubs, and that's going to help Eastgate's read against JC in the finals.
But he's been playing with this guy the entire Premier League. They've played 5 times. It's the 5th time they've played. They've played heads up twice. I mean, and yet JC just seems to be able to take it up a notch every time.
You can 10.
Well, what do you care? See, I think you can put me all in. You can
Yes.
afford it.
Pass.
You can afford to throw some crumbs to the
Raise
impoverished.
10,000
He was
total.
thinking about folding there, and everyone saw it. Peter Eastgate, didn't
Let's see if the knot can get a little jiggy here and just move in. I mean, this is such a weird scenario. Sure he can. I mean, Eastgate's been raising and raising and raising, and let's see if the knot can put a read on Eastgate.
He did. I mean, you just can't be doing that
Yes, he
against this
can.
level of players. No,
Yes,
I mean,
he can.
what I mean is showing them that you're about to fold and then raising, right?
There
I mean,
he goes.
the Nat
Maybe I
picked
could
it up.
take
He
one off.
just picked it right up, didn't he? And Roland's a dead seat.
Pass.
And there he goes. So I mean, that was a beautiful play on the Nod's part. And he just knows that Eastgate knows that Roland has to fold. And therefore, if Roland has to fold, Eastgate's going to raise a lot of buttons, and the Nod has to make a move back. And I thought he'd make a move, and he did it.
Raise to 8,000.
We got action here,
Oh.
Phil.
Be a
How
true
can you
test
not
right
be
here.
priced in?
It's gonna be a true test.
It's a min raise. It's only 4,000.
Queen
Let's
right
see.
here.
Let's see.
How can he fold any 2 cards here?
Come on, Roland.
I can't play it.
If it's only 4,000 more, he has to play
He
because
could flop the nuts.
he could flop the
I can flop
nuts.
quads.
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
It's bad for my reputation.
This is almost.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be.
Phil's in the booth. I can't say what I want to say. Check.
We have got action. Medic, 2 pair. And he's
Yep, and
checked it.
Eastgate with the...
Eastgate checked this on the button.
Good check. Maybe he saw something.
And look at this.
Wow, and Tran now hit something.
So did Vicky's got top pair, top kicker.
Oh my God, this is just horrid for
Phil,
me.
you could be out here.
This is just horrid for me.
15,000.
And let's hope Tran can just get away. He knows it's pretty dangerous.
Really? I mean,
Just watch and see. I mean, this is the stuff that you figure out. You know, this is.
what about Vicky? How's she gonna get away from this, Phil?
Well,
She-
I don't know if let's see what happens with Vicky. Vicky will probably call, but JC folded. Now, that's a fantastic
Nice.
laydown, but that's the kind of laydown that you're supposed to make when you're world
50,000
champion
total.
caliber. And of course, Vicky doesn't have that sophistication yet, so she just raised it instead.
Phil, Vicky Corrin may, by not
Pass.
getting knocked out, be about to bust you out of this Premier League.
I'm pretty aware of that.
Just 50. Just like that.
This is a dream situation for Nanad if they were six-handed.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
see, there's a difference between JC, Tran, and Vicky. JC just mucked the queen, which was, you know, that's what great players do. You know, they know that they take a look at Nanad and they say, wow, he has a strong hand.
What could you have on that flop?
Vicky always bets her hands on the flop. Always. Very predictable. You know, and therefore it looks like she hit a queen. You know, I mean, she would have bet with a set on the flop.
I think he's going to get it right, Phil, because he's gotten everything right.
He really has.